For nearly a decade, I dominated NCAA Football 11, winning 15 national championships over a 45-year coaching career before my PS3 decided it didn't want to read the disc anymore. For the past few months, I've been losing myself in college football revamped, winning 5 championships with 4 different teams. Now that there's a new college football game, we're looking to repeat our past successes by winning championships with teams that shouldn't be winning championships. I first started with a warm-up game against the Washington State Cougars, naturally using 4 verts as my first play. After Travis Hunter bailed me out with 2 picks, my kicker hit a walk-off field goal to win and redeem his missed extra point from earlier.
There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. In the field. Inside the 40. Inside the 20. Inside the 10. Gonna take it all the way in. Pick 6.
Gonna try to throw the football down by such a big margin late in the game. And this.
Oh, it's tipped to the line and intercepted. Big takeaway. Now looking for a big return. Gonna take it all the way in. Pick 6.
After a few more warm-up games, it was finally time. Prime time. For this dynasty, we're going to be playing on Heisman, and we're going to be using a couple of team builder teams, so we have to do the online version of it for some reason. In order to use team builder teams, we have to replace a couple of teams, so unfortunately if you're a fan of Jacksonville State, Ohio, Liberty, Georgia Southern, or UMass, unfortunately your team's not going to be in this one. Better luck next year. With everything set and ready to go, it was time to start our dynasty as the offensive coordinator for the school that I went to for 1 week before having to drop out because I couldn't afford $27,000 a year. The University of Colorado Buffaloes. As someone who hated the recruiting in NCAA 14, I can't tell you how glad I am to actually be able to play an active role in building my team once again. After changing one slider, it was finally time for our first game. Our road to college football supremacy begins at lovely Folsom Field, nestled at the foot of the Flatiron Mountains. North Dakota State isn't in the game, so we had to put them in with the team builder. And because we're the offensive coordinator, we're only going to be playing offense. With all that being said, crank that theme music.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Ah! Oh. Hey, I'm trying to get crunk.
Our season got started with a solid run up the middle before we started opening up the passing game.
He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult.
After a solid pickup to get ourselves into field goal range, I forgot that I didn't change my setting from tap and hold to tap and tap, and that's why that happened. Our defense held them to a field goal before I checked my settings just to make sure we wouldn't have that issue again. I made my first of many horrible reads that led to this interception. Luckily, he didn't take it all the way back. Our defense bailed us out. We decided to get our passing game into the rhythm.
Quick completion on the out. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end.
Throughout the course of this game, they did right there.
Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here.
Shortly after, Shador has his first Heisman moment with this incredible throw on the run to get us into the red
Using his
zone.
legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Got his man to the left.
Do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking
In spite of that throw, we got stuffed at the goal line and had to settle for a field goal.
The field goal team back out for the second time tonight. Splits the uprights. Good. And with the field goal, we are tied here in the second quarter.
Our defense got a stop and we started picking up some decent chunks of yardage.
It's complete on the right side. At the 45 on its way.
After getting ourselves into a 4th and short situation, we discovered our first cheese play, the RPO bubble screen. Get ready to see that a lot.
A full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside.
A couple plays later, we hit our tight end across the middle for 6.
Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado.
And I just love the execution by this offensive ball. They just
Shortly before halftime, our defense got us the ball in decent field position. We somehow made that catch to put us into the red zone,
Backfield.
followed quickly by yet another score.
The field.
Unfortunately, not for our team.
Inside the 20. Touchdown. This time
After an eventful first half, we're tied at 10.
here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
thanks, guys.
Buffalo
Our defense held and we drove down to the goal line before once again using our cheese play.
Quarterback reading coverage, he knew exactly.
touchdown Bucks. And with
RPO bubble screens are the new 4 verts. Our defense once again stopped them, but we had to start on our own goal line this time.
they'll give it to the back. We'll give him a
Let this guy set his feet.
After a couple more plays of not a whole lot, we punted the ball away just to be safe.
He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Boy, that seemed to be prime.
Our defense wasn't able to stop them this time, so at the end of the third, we got ourselves a tie game.
All tied up. Let's check out some stats. A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up.
After yet another 4th and short, we pulled out Old Reliable, or I guess New Reliable in this case.
He'll move it up to the down. It might be
After driving down to the red zone, we found our receiver at the goal line and he puts it in for 6.
touchdown Buffalo. They've got the lead here in the fourth. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He seems
After our defense let up a touchdown, with around 2 minutes to go, we started marching our way down the field.
from the gun, the ground game. Works ahead for a fresh set of downs for this offense.
I'll get ahead of this early. Yes, this game has some problems, but also it's so good that it lets you do stuff like this.
Got the first down and more. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Colorado. And inside a minute to go, they've got the lead.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time doing what they do?
Our defense came up big, we got the ball, took a knee, and got our season off to a great start.
Will take a knee. The old coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
That great start to
After buying some upgrades, it was time to head east to Lincoln, Nebraska for a big-time rivalry game.
Welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska, and it plays some of the games immortals have called home. Johnny the Jet, Frazier, Crouch, Rozier, and many, many more have built this big red legacy as this crowd is ready to cheer on their beloved Cornhuskers. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on a team from the Big 10, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started.
After attempting to tell this stadium full of farmers to quiet down, we start the game off with a good run up the middle.
The give to the tailback. Tackle is made at the 28.
Sometimes by the Big Ten, it's going to make a statement.
After failing to heed the Sword St. Etienne's advice about hesitation being defeat, we turn the ball over on downs. Our defense held them to a field goal, so we decided to do a little wildcat action.
But how about this guy after the catch, right? So pumped to bring down.
Nothing but three ahead. The 10. And he'll take it all.
After that huge play, it was time to remind the Big Red faithful that they live in Nebraska, and that outside of Scottsbluff, most of Nebraska sucks. After our defense got us the ball back, we decided to employ our fuck it Travis Hunter down there somewhere offense.
I can't tell you how easy it is.
And it's caught at the 10. They get him down, but this offense is set up first. It's trying to pay off the threat on first and goal.
After once again asking the fans to quiet down so we could hear, we ran it straight up the middle for 6.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find.
Guys, Colorado has the lead here. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats.
You got an opportunity right now. You got the football.
Once again, we pulled the Wildcat off the shelf,
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs
and once again it goes for a huge gain. After bringing it to the goal line, it was time for Shador to get himself in on some of this action.
finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
This is a design run. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Colorado. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead.
This is what he does for a living, obviously.
Our defense once again shut them down, so we employed our FITHDTS offense for another long touchdown.
He's got it. He got a foot down along that left sideline. You know what it takes to make a throw like that. Touchdown, Buffs. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Nebraska's offense sure as shit wasn't contributing anything to the game, so we decided we're gonna put on a show all by ourselves.
Makes the catch on the left. Ripped off. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Here.
I may have spoke too soon as our offense turns the ball over, and Nebraska has the ball right before the half.
The interception and the turnover. This
Coordinator here to me.
Luckily, our defense is playing lights out, so it's time for our offense to turn those lights back on again.
headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Buffaloes. And the beatdown has ensued.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from this.
Nebraska's offense decided to stop cosplaying as Iowa, and the game felt so bad that it put in all of my backups for me, and they still seem to be able to drive the ball just fine.
Able to work it to the 39. They're going
Nebraska scored on my second team defense, so I used my second team offense to pick up a big 4th down conversion before scoring the most unnecessary touchdown in the history of college football.
in the next county. He caught it. Touchdown, Colorado. And the route is on. AT unit on the
And then to
field.
finish putting the Huskers firmly in their place, I busted out the play I was saving for this exact situation.
Makes the catch in the end zone, and that trickery worked. Long and storied history of great games.
After having a little bit of fun at the expense of the entire state of Nebraska, it was time to head back to Boulder. And then from Boulder, it was time to take the hour drive north to the other school that I dropped out of, Colorado State University in Fort Collins.
Welcome to Fort Collins, Colorado, home to the Colorado State Rams, settled at just over 5,000 feet, and we have a game that will live up to the altitude in this one. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Colorado...
Early on in the game, our running back decided to channel the spirit of Chiseled Adonis.
Give me your ankle, turn this man into a soccer player. God damn.
Then later on in the drive, we put the ball inside the 5-yard line in good position to score.
And the D deny them on 2nd and goal.
We made some adjustments at the line before putting the ball in the end zone for 6 points.
Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10-15 plays.
At the end of the first, it's 7-3 with us in the lead. Our defense got us the ball, and our offense drove down before putting it in for another 6 points.
Touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought...
We tried to bust out the fuck it Travis Hunter down there somewhere offense before getting hit as we threw for an interception. Our defense made us up, so we flipped it to the fuck it Jimmy Horn Jr. down there somewhere offense for another touchdown. Our defense held them to a field goal before I made an incredibly bad read for yet another interception. After kind of screwing over our defense, they let up a touchdown and it's now 21-13. After rolling out of the pocket and then missing one of the 4 better receivers I could have thrown this to, I threw yet another interception. Luckily, our defense bailed us out, and we put the ball right on the goal line once again. We went in all sneaky beaky-like for another 6 points. Our defense made the stop once again, and at this point we decided to just exploit mismatches. I'm not sure what these Ram fans are doing, but they do live in Fort Collins, so I don't think they know what they're doing either. After being given all day in the pocket, we found the not exactly open receiver, put it on the goal line, and then we put it in for another 6 points. I don't know what I was trying to do here, but I got punished for it anyway with a pick 6. Very soon after their 2-point conversion, I throw another pick 6. I decided it was time to stop screwing around and run the clock out, but apparently I can't even do that right, and we score on a long touchdown run. At the end of the game, I decided to remind little brother of their place in this rivalry, and hit Travis Hunter deep for another touchdown. After our defense got us the ball and we took a knee, it was time to head hour south back down to Boulder.
Figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of...
But not without some extra hardware to come along with us. After winning another rivalry game, it was time to head back home and start conference play in the Big 12. On the first play from scrimmage, we busted out our favorite play for some big results. Our defense stopped them, and then their defense stopped us, and then I stopped being able to kick field goals.
And that is no good. And the margin remains at 7.
Our defense held them to a field goal, and our running back realized that he had too much popcorn for the game because he put the ball on the ground. After ignoring the easy touchdown running straight down the field, I throw an interception.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And they'll close it.
That time, 3rd and long.
As will become the theme of this game, I make an incredibly bad play call decision to turn the ball over on downs. After some damn good coverage by Baylor's defense, I throw yet another interception.
He intercepts it. They get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not there.
Baylor was able to score a touchdown, and we respond in kind. Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned Big 12 shootout brewing up here in Boulder.
Defense to take it in. Touchdown, Buffalo.
So you do a better job of
Baylor was able to score again, so we started driving down the field with a big gain.
All kinds of room to throw play as we've played 3 quarters. That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor.
Good day for the young man.
I had triangle coming open for the touchdown, but I instead hit the check down to get us inside the 10.
That throwing cat. Boy, they love to move the sticks here.
On 3rd down, I made sure not to miss the crossing route, and we put the ball in for another touchdown.
And he will score. Touchdown, Colorado. They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
Take him on to the run game.
Our defense did their job, so now it was time to do ours. We got a big gain on 2nd down.
Complete downfield. He's right. The 2-minute warning.
Shortly after, we hit Travis Hunter going across the middle yet again for another touchdown to tie the game.
And he'll haul it.
We got the ball back, and we were trying to waste time before this was somehow a fumble, so Baylor got the ball back with about a minute and a half to go.
Come to the line with a fresh set of
We held them to a field goal, so now it was time to see if the spirit of John Elway lived inside of Shedeur Sanders.
and they'll finally
This offense, understanding what the defense
After a good tackle stopped us short of the 1st down, and I realized I didn't have any timeouts, I panicked and forgot how a controller worked, and well,
5-yard line. They'll
this happened.
now on 2nd down.
White 94 Snyder choice. White 94.
This one was a lot like a tennis match, back and forth, up and down, and they just couldn't quite score enough and get the key stop to get the win.
Even though Shedeur Sanders played out of his mind, it wasn't enough to overcome my bad decision making. So now we head to Orlando, Florida, looking for redemption.
Welcome to Orlando, Florida, and the campus of UCF. The Knights are ready to rock an FBC Mortgage Stadium, already bouncing as these fans have been preparing since early this morning. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the UCF.
us like that.
We got the ball to start the game and immediately gave it away for a pick 6.
By the defense. He'll try to take it back. And he's going to take it all the way. Touch. 4th down. And it looks
Our
like
offense
they're gonna
stalled on
try
3rd down, so I decided to try a long field goal, which I also shanked the fuck out of. Our defense couldn't bail us out this time, and yet again on 4th down, we decided to go for it, and we weren't able to hit the route going across the middle.
And they can't connect.
Our defense let up another touchdown, so we decided to start taking what their defense would give us, and in this case, they gave us a whole lot.
Oh, look out. There he goes. Touchdown, Buffaloes.
find a way.
Our defense did something, and we got our offense to do another thing when we hit this corner route for a big gain.
Completion.
We tried the corner once again, but this time UCF was ready for it. We threw another interception.
Intercepted. And the offense 10.
Luckily, our defense made the stop, so we used our speed to stretch the field for another touchdown.
It's complete. They will score. Touchdown, Colorado.
And coming in.
Our defense got us the ball back, and our receiver made an incredible diving catch for a first down. Forced into another third down situation, we hit a bubble screen to pick up the first and some more beyond that. After stretching the field a whole bunch, we decided to take it back down to the ground, and we were able to put this in for 6 points. Near the end of the second quarter, UCF scored a touchdown and we hit Travis Hunter across the middle for a huge gain. We stuck with the ground game, and right before halftime we put up another 6 points to bring the game within 1. The third quarter was rather uneventful until this happened. And on top of that, we got a holding penalty to go along with it. Our defense held them to a field goal, and I ignored 2 receivers wide open down the field to hit this crossing route for a big gain. Hey diddle diddle, here's a slant across the middle for 6. Our defense got us the ball in good field position, and we picked up this third down to continue our time-wasting drive. As this play was happening, I was afraid my running back would end up scoring, but luckily 51 held him up at the goal line to keep the clock running. With 40 seconds left in the game, we made anybody who took the over happy as we scored to bring our total combined points to 79.
It's history, David. Upset is the only horse ever to defeat Man of War. And that's why we call games like this an upset.
After our little history lesson, it was time to head back to Boulder for another Big 12 conference game.
Boulder, Colorado, one of the most picturesque locations in the world, let alone another Big 12 foe, the Colorado Buffaloes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis.
I love a rainy night almost as much as I love bubble screens, and we take this one for a big gain to start the game. We drove the ball down to the goal line where our running back proved that he just wanted it more, and we put the ball in for 6. Our defense got us the ball back in great field position. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do anything with it, so we settled for a field goal. Our defense held them to a field goal, and we used some play action to score a touchdown on a long pass. Our defense got us the ball back, and we used some trickeration to get the ball right next to the goal line before doing the exact same shit to score a touchdown. Our defense got us the ball at the end of the half, and Shedeur showed that he is in fact the mind freak by pulling off an incredible throw for first down. Shortly after, we hit the crossing route to put us inside the 10. Our drive came to an abrupt end as I hit the wrong button and threw what at the end of the day was a pretty meaningless interception at the end of the half. Our defense held Kansas State to a field goal, and we decided to stretch the field once again.
He's going to throw deep right side. Catch inside the 25. Huge place in 10 from the 11.
We tried to catch the defense off guard by throwing a quick crossing route, and it turned into an interception instead.
Oh my goodness, he's still moving. And they'll drag it.
I took too long waiting for my circle receiver to come open, then I got destroyed and the ball fell right into the defender's hand for an interception.
And he's wrapped up.
As we got to the line, we noticed Kansas State's defense was napping, and we decided to exploit that for big results.
Wants to throw on first down. Makes it on the left side. Running toward the tape. Touchdown, Buffaloes! And the pummeling has started.
While we were running out the clock, I decided to go for an unnecessary fourth down conversion, and we but picked up the first down to keep our drive going. Trying to keep the ball in our hands, I made the wrong read and threw yet another interception. Trying to keep the ball in my hands, at the end of the game, I caught Kansas State slipping yet again for more huge results.
On fourth down, going to the air. And he makes the catch inside the 10.
Since we were at the goal line, I decided to put the game firmly out of reach with another touchdown. While trying to run out the clock, I accidentally got too big of an opening and scored another touchdown.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Bucks. Defense, and he'll lose 7. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with.
After firmly defeating Kansas State, it was time to head to Tucson, Arizona for a battle of two former Pac-12 teams.
Taking on another unit from the Big 12, the Arizona Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here
On our first drive, I did the worst possible thing a quarterback can do, and I just kind of threw it down there, and of course it got intercepted. Our defense got the stop, and we ended up on 3rd and 20, and unfortunately weren't able to convert. Our next third down opportunity didn't go much better as we were taken down before we got the chance to do anything at all. They say the third time is the charm, and that proved to be the case as our tight end comes up with a big catch to get us the first. After knocking on the door of the end zone, we decided to run a screen pass to kick the door wide open.
They've got the screen set up. And he strides his way into the end zone.
Once again, we ended up on 3rd down, and once again, we did not convert, forcing us to punt yet again.
Coming after it. He makes the connection.
We found Travis Hunter coming across the middle before deciding to run a little bit of no huddle action to great success.
The Buffaloes in the hurry up. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. He's got it. Touchdown, Colorado.
With 8 seconds left in the half, our offensive line went into the tunnel early, and Shador gets hit for a fumble, followed by the scoop and score. With 1 second in the half, we decided to demonstrate that Travis Hunter is completely broken for a long touchdown. Travis Hunter was so surprised by his own greatness, he forgot to celebrate. After a long, sustained drive to begin the second half, our running back got the corner and put the ball in for 6. After the defense got us the ball back, we drove down to the red zone, picked up a first down by hitting the tight end in the flats. That drive stalled out, so we tried for the field goal, which of course, we missed.
First side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
We ignored the commentator's advice and picked up this 4th down conversion to keep the clock running. In an attempt to keep the clock running, we ran the ball, but unfortunately, the defense let up a huge gain for another touchdown. Like clockwork, our defense got the ball back, we ended up on 4th down, and we missed yet another field goal. Finally, we managed to actually run out the clock, took a knee, and won the game.
Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
From Tucson, it was time to head back up to Boulder for another Big 12 matchup against Cincinnati.
Big 12, the Cincinnati Bearcats, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Colorado Buffaloes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis. David Pollock is one of the top 10.
Once again, my hesitation turned into defeat on what should have been an easy run up the middle as I threw another interception. On my next drive, Cincinnati's defense decided they wanted to end up on SportsCenter's top 10 with an amazing deflection interception.
Gives him a little shake and he's got some room. Hit
Down 14-0, we had to start picking up some big yardage, and we did so on this first down play.
To make an easy catch and then advance it.
He's got it. At the 40, there he goes. He'll work his way, make sure those
Our drive stalled out, but we managed to actually make a field goal to bring the game to 14-3.
It's good.
Our defense wasn't doing much, so at the end of the first, it was 21-3.
Everybody's eyes on the quarterback.
Very soon into the second quarter, we hit Travis Hunter deep for a huge gain. We kept the ball on the ground for a touchdown, but not before taking this dude's ankles. Our defense made the stop, and we were able to hit yet another deep ball for a huge gain. Shedeur Sanders turned into Superman temporarily for this big touchdown. In order to catch up, we're going to need to start making some big plays, and we do so here with a deep crossing route to our receiver. Then we hit this deep corner route to bring us right up next to the goal line. In this situation, there's only one play you can run, and it works out for a touchdown. We got the ball after halftime and started off with a huge run. Literally the next play, we hit Travis Hunter across the middle for another huge gain. After a stellar job from our offensive line in blocking, we hit triangle across the middle for another touchdown to take the lead. They did manage to score, so at the end of the third, it is 35-31, Cincinnati in the lead. You know what they say, when in doubt, RPO bubble screen it out for another touchdown to take the lead. Our defense got the stop, so our offense decided to put the game out of reach with another deep ball to Travis Hunter. Desperately trying to keep the ball on our hands in this close game, we had to go for it on fourth down. And then once again, we hit Travis Hunter coming across the middle for a huge pickup. Instead of taking a knee, we decided to end the game in our own unique way.
Touchdown. Fireworks in this one, a lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense.
Next, it was time to head to Lubbock, Texas to play Texas Tech.
Jones AT&T Stadium, where their tortillas will be flying in celebration and in support of their beloved Texas Tech Red Raiders. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's basically a team coming off a crucial bye week.
Early on in our first drive, we had a bit of a mishap as Shedeur Sanders fumbled. The defender picked it up and headed toward the end zone. Luckily, our running back was able to untie his shoelaces to stop the touchdown. We reverted back to our fuck it, Travis Hunter down there somewhere offense for a huge touchdown. On our next drive, we ran the same thing to the other side for similar results. After a solid drive, we hit the crossing route in the end zone for a touchdown just before halftime. After we enjoyed our orange slices and granola bars in the locker room, we decided to hit the spin cycle for a long touchdown run. I tried to get a little too fancy hitting X for the out route, but instead, Texas Tech's defender intercepted the ball and took it all the way for 6. After almost a full quarter of not a whole lot, we hit the RPO bubble screen for a big-time touchdown. On 3rd and 15, in an attempt to keep the ball in our hands, we had to go deep and we hit Travis Hunter across the middle to put us inside the red zone. Stop me if you've heard this one before. RPO bubble screen for the touchdown.
He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that.
We got the ball back, took a knee, and then headed back to Boulder to play the Utah Utes, a rivalry that really only exists in Major League Soccer.
To Boulder, Colorado, and a Rocky Mountain High. Wholesome 5 team in the country, the Utah Utes, taking on the winners of 5.
We got this rivalry game off to a good start with a huge play across the middle.
Looks it in. It's complete.
On 3rd and 10, we hit the out route to put ourselves in a 1st and goal situation.
Finds a man down.
Short loss for the
After a direct snap to the running back, we're on the board with 6 points. Near the end of the first quarter, we once again hit Travis Hunter going across the middle, this time for a long touchdown.
Touchdown, Buffaloes. Made the defense look
there on second.
Here in the second quarter, we drove down the field and Shedeur Sanders got to show up his athleticism with a nice throw on the run. After starting the drive on our own goal line, we managed to drive it to the 40 and then picked up a huge gain on this play.
catch made down in.
On the very next play, we hit the drag route across the middle for a touchdown.
Makes the grab on the move. Touchdown, Buffs. And that will
At halftime, the score was 28-3. The Wildcat continues to be a broken formation as we pick up a huge chunk of yards on this play.
the first down still on the move. Tackle is finally.
He's got all that speed.
On the next play, we busted out the old Wildcat counter for a huge gain to get us inside the red zone.
Gonna stop just.
Gets tackled.
We decided to stick with the Wildcat and it paid off for an easy touchdown.
Again, let him get his
Touchdown.
At the beginning of the fourth quarter, this one's starting to look like a blowout.
But the important thing
Pulling a New Orleans Saints from a few years ago, I decided to throw the ball instead of running it, and I ended up paying the price for it.
Big takeaway. Now looking for a
At least I didn't try to blame the refs for my bad decision making.
know what you need to do.
Because in the loosest sense of the word, this is technically a rivalry game, we decided to prove it by running up the score.
Right now, he'll be the first
With the ball in our hands and an upset win over the number 5 team in the nation, there was nothing stopping us now.
There might not be a sweeter feeling in college football where you can walk off the field knowing that you have taken care of business and beaten a rival.
After our big win against Utah, it was time to head east to play the Kansas Jayhawks. In real life, this game will take place in Arrowhead Stadium due to renovations to Kansas' stadium, but in the game, we head to Lawrence, Kansas for a top 10 matchup in the snow.
Respect to those who have just poured their souls into the honor of the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Colorado playoff, and the loser.
We got the game started with a nice throw on this corner route before the tight end fumbled the ball and Kansas recovered.
Oh, looks as if the
For some reason, the snow in this game makes it a little hard to see, and I straight up did not see the defender who stole the ball from my receiver. Luckily, our defense got the stop, and we remembered our broken play, and we hit this bubble screen for a touchdown.
touchdown Buffaloes! And once he found, he has the lead here. 1-10.
After our next drive stalled out, we actually managed to hit field goal for a change.
And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage.
After Kansas put up a touchdown, once again I straight up didn't see a defender and threw another interception.
Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. Looking for more room.
At this point, I don't even think I can blame the snow because this was just a bad decision.
He is finding
Kansas is starting to run away with this one.
Many drives. He's trying to fit
Before halftime, we got a little bit of momentum with a nice gain on this play.
It's caught downfield. Will overturn the call. 4th down and 10. And
We decided to go for a 4th and 10. We found an open receiver, but unfortunately he wasn't able to hold on to the ball.
And this will fall in.
We started off the second half pretty well with this nice gain after a broken tackle.
And more yards after contact.
playing their
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's not the snow's fault that I keep throwing interceptions, I'm just making bad decisions. As evidenced by this play, those bad decisions aren't going anywhere anytime soon.
Interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from.
In an effort to gain a little bit of momentum, we hit Travis Hunter deep for another big gain. On 4th and 3, I decided for some reason to audible out of the bubble screen that would have gotten the easy first down, and instead tried to hit the tight end on the corner. Unfortunately, it didn't go how I would hope. Sensing the game slip away, we decided to hit the tight end across the middle and then ran a little bit of no-huddle offense. The no-huddle paid dividends as we hit Travis Hunter across the middle and he took it all the way for a touchdown. Our defense did their jobs, and now we needed to get down and score as fast as possible, and this big play across the middle certainly helped with that. With a little under 2 minutes to go, we hit our receiver deep in the end zone for a touchdown to make it a one-possession game. Our defense made a stop, and with less than a minute to go, this 4th and 10 turned out to be a huge play. With no timeouts and well over 60 yards to go, we had to run the no-huddle. The Kansas Jayhawk defender put on his best Michael Phelps impression with the swim move, hit Shedeur Sanders, who then threw an interception that was returned for 6. That'll pretty much take care of this one. With our goal of having a spot in the Big 12 championship game completely crushed, what's another interception to end the game? It could have been a winnable game, but with 7 interceptions, no game is winnable. At the end of the day, there's no shame in losing to a top 10 team on the road. We just need to take care of business against Oklahoma State back in Boulder, and we'll get a rematch with the Jayhawks down in Dallas. This one is a big one.
Boulder, Colorado, one of the most picturesque locations in the world, let alone for
Our dreams of glory and a possible playoff spot came down to the final game of the season. Winning, we seal our spot in the Big 12 title game, lose, and who the hell knows. We got off to as good of a start as you could hope for as we hit a receiver across the middle for a long touchdown to open up the game.
Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message. He clearly doesn't believe in punting.
The commentator was absolutely right about that one, but I was absolutely wrong about this as it backfires in a big way. A sack on 3rd and 9 forced us to punt. Luckily, we have the powers of God, anime, and bubble screens on our side, and we pick up a huge gain on 2nd down. Inside the red zone, our 3rd and 8 turned into a 4th and very long after a fumble that luckily we were able to recover. Somewhere in the midpoint of this season, I decided to give my lovely co-host a shot at kicking field goals, and that's why we can actually make them now. There was a small chance that I could have hit R1 deep, but I decided to go for circle and paid the price for it. We once again used our beloved RPO bubble screen to pick up the 1st down on 4th and 1 before running into the no-huddle offense. The no-huddle may have failed, but what doesn't fail is having a fast receiver beat the corner for a long touchdown. On the last play of the half, we tried to recreate what we just accomplished. We didn't quite do it, but this is still a ridiculous catch nonetheless. My lovely co-host was able to drill yet another long field goal to make it 20-14 going into the half. Oklahoma State scored on their first possession, and on our first play of the half, we busted out the Wildcat jet sweep to huge results. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, so we don't fixed it, and got another huge gain out of the Wildcat.
Still on his feet at the 40. Pick up a 4 on first down and
After a
second
nice
and
bit of play action, we hit Travis Hunter across the middle to get us down into the red zone.
got him and nobody's close.
Going into the fourth quarter, we got ourselves a close game of 29-26.
Kicker in a huge spot.
Thanks to my co-host, go ahead and make that 29-29.
Back to throw. It's
Shedeur was somehow able to teleport the ball to triangle for a huge pickup and a first down.
wide open. Checking off. To the air
We
on
picked the
first
hole in
down.
Oklahoma State's defense and hit a crossing route for another big pickup.
Complete in the middle. They make the
Unfortunately, I got a little too ambitious and this corner route was jumped and intercepted.
It's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And they'll close it.
1 minute to go, 3-point game. The time to seal our spot in the Big 12 title game was right now. Or not. My offensive lineman didn't even lay a hand on the defender, and this interception pretty much killed our chances of making it to Dallas.
And he's said that the obstacle is the way, and this obstacle is now back-to-back losses.
After looking at the standings, we do own the tiebreaker over Utah, so you could make the argument that we still should have made it, but unfortunately, we didn't. However, our running back did win an award for being the best in the nation, and we ended up in the Pop-Tarts Bowl playing Wake Forest Demon Deacons. This is going to be a fun one. We see that the quarterback starting over Alex Moran won the Heisman for 2024. With all of the awards handed out, it was time to head back to Orlando, Florida, and get ourselves some Pop-Tarts.
Camping World Stadium as a couple of teams square off for a chance to win the Pop-Tart Bowl. Colorado Buffaloes taking on the 22nd ranked team in the land, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer.
I think it goes without saying that in a real-life situation, there's absolutely no way in hell that Shedeur and Travis Hunter would play in this game. But in the game, they're playing, and that's always a good thing. Once again, we went to the Wildcat, and once again, it paid off with a huge run. Outside of the possibility of eating a gigantic Pop-Tart, this is a meaningless bowl game, so we decided to just try some shit. On fourth down, my punter realized that he ate one too many Pop-Tarts, and was too slow to get the ball off before it got blocked. After whatever that was, we got a tie game at the end of the first quarter. At this point, the game cared about as much as I did, and whatever this was happened. Because Shedeur Sanders is a senior, we decided for old time's sake to just run the same thing that got us to this point in the first place. After getting the ball in decent field position, we hit triangle across the middle for another big touchdown. Because there is absolutely no way Travis Hunter plays another year in college, we decided to let him get in on the action as well. My co-host was taking a nap, so I resumed field goal duties, and it went about as well as expected. Back to the Wildcat, we got yet another huge gain off the jet sweep. On 2nd and 10, we hit our tight end in the middle for a huge gain to get down inside the red zone. At the end of the day, this is the Pop-Tarts Bowl, so why not bust out this play again?
He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Being up 10, we decided to try some more stuff, and we demonstrated why our running back will stay a running back. I tried to hit the bubble screen, but hit the button too late and instead failed to hurdle a defender. Late in the third, up by 10 in the Pop-Tarts Bowl, we're just out here playing pitch and catch.
He's got it instilled. It will be first and goal from there. On this big opportunity.
Once again, we ran the Wildcat jet sweep, and once again, it went for a touchdown. Since we were up big, I told my co-host she could take a break, and I missed yet another field goal. And before he heads off to the NFL, we got Shedeur Sanders one last passing touchdown.
There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Not only the scoreboard, we sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff.
And with the win in the Pop-Tarts Bowl, we bid adieu to Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, as well as the human-sized Pop-Tart that went into the toaster after the game. And we take a look at the college football playoff bracket, we see that Alabama Crimson Tide won another national championship. Roll Tide, roll. And one of the last things we do for this season is take a look at the pro draft results, where we see that Shedeur and Travis both win in the first round, and we also have the 35th ranked recruiting class in the country. We might have a good chance to do something special next season. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Do whatever you want to do. I really don't care, and I don't think my co-host does either.